The inside story, the grooming allegations against Kris Tyson, the former MrBeast associate, has been accused of sending inappropriate messages to a minor. But according to the individual and those who worked with him, nothing untoward happened. Okay? On Tuesday, Kris Tyson announced on X that she would permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media. Now, I want you to understand something. This is the difference between journalism and reactionary fucking shit stirring. Okay? Obviously, my analysis over the situation is not changed, regardless of the perceived victim coming out and saying, no grooming happened. What the fuck are you guys talking about? This is ridiculous, which they did. Lava GS openly stated that. But having said that, I do still personally think it's weird to have active discourse with 13-year-olds, especially after you find out that they are still underage. But it is odd that these people did not even like for a moment go, well, think about the victims. They immediately went and started launching attacks against like whatever their fucking favorite content creator is to shit on because they never cared. But let's continue. The longtime collaborator and the man behind the 305 million subscriber YouTube kingdom with its own line of Walmart sold chocolate bars and videos that pull in hundreds of millions of views. Donaldson issued his own statement on Wednesday night saying he's aware of the serious allegations and has taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. He also stated he would be launching an independent investigation into Tyson's actions. The apologies come in the wake of a flood of new and revisited allegations looking into the 28-year-old's behavior on social media over the past decade. Tyson is a trans woman and has been target of anti-LGBTQ harassment since her transitioning in 2023. This is correct. Recently, videos have claimed that starting in 2016, Tyson, who was 20 at the time, had been interacting online and exchanging messages that included sexual content with a user named LavaGS since they were 13 years old. Lava, who is now a 20-year-old editor, also took a job with MrBeast and visited the MrBeast compound. Some online have felt Lava was groomed because of their interactions. Neither the Donaldson nor Tyson returned a request for comment before publication. In a series of follow-up tweets, Tyson shared that they have never groomed anyone and specifically mentioned Lava. In past years, I have learned that my old humor is not acceptable, Tyson wrote. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. Lava backed this up by tweeting, I am not a victim. Nothing bad happened to me between me and Kris, and people are creating lies around my name. This is the victim in question, for the record. I'm not a victim, and I'm not backpedaling any statements I've already made. Everything I've stated is still very true. Nothing bad happened between me and Kris. People are creating lies around my name. Yesterday, while under a lot of stress from trying to get my story out as quickly as possible, I made a mistake and included 2 videos in a tweet that had nothing to do with my situation. Here are the correct videos, and these ones should be taken down. I apologize to creators of our original videos in the first screenshots at you too, and no sense to society. Okay. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Lava said he believes that the 2 creators who originally made videos on the subject twisted his story and misinterpreted him in order to push their agenda. Rolling Stone also spoke with those 2 creators who deny any wrongdoing, believing that Tyson's actions needed to come to light at any cost. Lava has been a fan of MrBeast since the early days of the channel, posting a screenshot of the channel's 50,000 subscriber count on Twitter in 2016 and earning a MrBeast signed butterfly knife for being a top donor with just $20. That contest earned him a Twitter follow from both Donaldson and Tyson. Around that time, Tyson's social media persona was edgy. In 2017, she posted images online and on her wall appearing in a MrBeast video of lolly, or drawn child porn, from controversial internet artist Shadman, which I think is gross, by the way. But I do have an entire list here somewhere of like all of the people that have like been associated with Shadman, and it's pretty fucking wild. Like, it is a target-rich environment, a list of shame, if you will. Lolly is devious shit, I agree. As a 13-year-old, Lava had been tinkering with newly released messaging app Discord, learning how to make servers and bots. Kris reached out to me and saw I was making a Discord for people. Lava says he was new to it and wanted a bot that could play lo-fi study music, which isn't hard to do. Using what he knew, Lava built Tyson a Discord server for close friends, and he just ended up staying in it and running it, Lava says. According to Lava, Tyson did not pay for the creation or maintenance of the server, and he did it solely for the fun of it and helping build a community of fans for MrBeast and Kris. Lava claims that Tyson was unaware of his age until 2018, though couldn't remember the specific details and how it came up. In 2018 and 2019, the pair would play games and communicate in private on Discord. They would also talk publicly on X. Great rebranding, by the way. Shouts out to Elon Musk. Lava would call Tyson big boy, dad, sexy, and at one point asked her to be his Valentine. In one reply, Lava asked Tyson about her hentai addiction, referring to drawn anime pornography, and another shared image of Tyson's computer from her social media with the caption, "This is a bad way to hide your hentai." Though Tyson's side of the conversations have been completely deleted, about 24 of Lava's messages remain up on X. In one interaction, Tyson tweeted an image of her Patreon and said that if she could get one more sign up, she would be releasing my nudes. Lava replied with, "I'm your first Patreon, big boy." And Tyson responded with, "I posted some fire nudes for you. Please no share." In parentheses, no nudes were shared. In a Discord server for gaming YouTuber The Do, Lava posted an image from Tyson's group chat of her in front of an American flag with the caption, "Coming for America." To others, these conversations look inappropriate, but it was nothing out of the ordinary to Lava. "I was at the age where I spoke to all my friends like that," Lava says. "There was nothing more than that. It's how bros talk. I saw Kris as an older brother because he reminded me a lot of my older brother." For the record, this is somewhat significant. I don't know what the proper way to address this is. I don't know what the appropriate way is when you're talking about like something that kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. You know what I mean? Pre-transition, identified as male at the time. I guess that could be good. Anyway, there's nothing more than that. It's how bros talk. I saw Kris' older brother because he reminded me a lot of my older brother. So when I was 16, I asked MrBeast, "How hard do you want it, Jimmy?" 68 million people have seen this. So like, this is Lava, the supposed, the alleged victim of the grooming, literally tweeting this out.
Evil. Lava, Pluto, assemble!
Hi, how are you?
I need you to make this 10 times harder.
How hard do you want it, Jimmy?
Hard. Evil.
So like, obviously it's like a sexual joke in nature. I mean, he's literally fucking like owning up to that and making a joke about it being sexual in nature, right? Having said that, however, like I've mentioned before, I find it still gross to talk to a 13-year-old online continuously. In May 2020, Lava says Tyson helped him land a job as a production assistant on Beast Gaming. Lava was a moderator on the channel's Discord and Reddit, sometimes appearing in videos and helping out behind the scenes. That July, Lava visited MrBeast's compound in North Carolina, posting a picture on X with Tyson, Donaldson, as well as Trey Yates, who edited for MrBeast from 2018 to 2021 and was the one who hired Lava. Okay, this is actually one aspect of the conversation that I forgot to mention. The reason why this is not the same as Dr. Disrespect is because the victim in the Dr. Disrespect situation, who was also a minor, reported Dr. Disrespect's inappropriate messages to the Twitch portal, which caused Twitch to take action against Dr. Disrespect. The victim, the alleged victim of grooming in this circumstance, has only done the opposite and has once their conversations were made public, turned around and said, "I was not groomed. I literally work with the MrBeast people, and this wasn't like a sexual thing at all." So we're literally hyper focusing on the trans person, and you're continuing this narrative. Like literally, you're continuing only focusing on her when it's clear it was them all. Wait, what? I don't think you understand anything that is going on. So I'm just gonna not even respond to you at all, and we're just gonna keep going. Lava tells Rolling Stone that he and his parents would stay at a campground every year, which wasn't far from the compound, and that his parents joined him on the visit. Yates, who was also the one who hired Lava at Beast Gaming, shared his side of the story to Rolling Stone. He came to visit because he knew Ava from playing games online. Yates says Ava wanted Lava to work for the MrBeast Gaming channel, and we were happy to bring him in and pay him. So Tana is also not a victim? Great question. We would not know anything about the Tana situation, which is ironic because it's very similar to the Dr. Disrespect situation, if Tana hadn't come forward about it. So that is, once again, not in the same column. Having said that, however, you're talking about statutory rape and comparing it to an adult having an extended conversation with a minor. These two things are different. One is weird and gross. The other one is called statutory rape. Okay? Cody Ko had sexual intercourse with a 17-year-old when he was 25. And also, the victim in that circumstance, 8 years later, came out and talked about it. Let's continue. On the grooming allegations, Yates saw the way Lava and Tyson interacted and didn't think it was strange or out of the ordinary. There was never any hint of indication that something like that was happening, or even albeit blatant proof that something like that was occurring, he says. Lava stopped working for MrBeast Gaming in May 2021, though he and Tyson remained in contact. In July 2023, Tyson came out as trans, which caused a flurry of conversation on the right. One right-leaning creator who had thought about Tyson happened to be Prism42, a YouTuber with 800,000 subscribers, who had found the message between Lava and Tyson on 4chan, though it's unclear how they ended up there. It's not that unclear. Prism felt needed to get his information out, so he claimed he contacted 50 creators, including Turning Point USA CEO Charlie Kirk. Ironic because even Charlie was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I hate trans people, but like, what? To Catch a Predator host Chris Hansen and YouTube documentarian Mike Klum. There was also EDP445, a creator who in 2021 was caught YouTube vigilante string operation messaging a fake 13-year-old. Klum is currently making a documentary about him. Prism began to message me directly with vague details about an unnamed creator who will be exposed, and he wanted to see if I could help him. Klum tells Rolling Stone, given the nature of the accusations, I said I would take a look if he sent them to me. He began to send me more information about Ava Tyson and what seemed to be generally available screenshots or details that weren't actionable given the work I do. When none of the reach outs gained traction, Prism took another approach. In an interview on the Chud Logic podcast, he said he wanted to emulate the undercover work of disgraced journalist James O'Keefe of Project Veritas. Wow, this guy seems like a fucking normal person and not a rabid right-wing freakazoid. He's going on the Chud Logic podcast, and he's bringing up an iconic figure, James O'Keefe. That's his idol. Wow. Abolish podcast, bro. Abolish it. Mine included. Fuck it. Anyway, let's continue. In June 2023, hey, by the way, notice what this article is doing. Okay. It's called doing journalism. Okay. When you're doing journalism, even on issues that are controversial, weird, gross, or even damn near criminal, you go to actual sources and you ask them questions, and you don't like make up your mind ahead of time and then just like fire off the hinges and then have the entire right-wing media cycle go out of control being like, see, trans people are pedophiles. I told you. There's an actual coherent timeline of events here and also sources. Anyway, Prism reached out to Lava in a message seen by Rolling Stone pretending to want to interview an anime fan and that it would be interesting because you worked on the MrBeast server. Lava did not answer that message. Dude, by the way, if you care about the victim, if you look at a situation like this and you legitimately think grooming has happened to a minor, this is not the way to approach the situation at all. If you, on the other hand, think trans people are pedophiles and I got him, finally, I got one. I caught a situation that I can angle with pedophilic grooming towards a high-profile trans content creator that MrBeast has had the audacity to defend, then you do this where you're like, oh, I just want to interview you. For his next attempt, Prism contacted YouTuber Verdius, an 18-year-old with 600 subscribers, and had him reach out to Lava looking for an interview for an editor position. Verdius tells the Rolling Stone that he had no idea that he was being set up or that Lava had anything to do with Tyson or MrBeast. He was just looking for an editor. During the interview, Lava says the conversation started with editing questions but quickly devolved into a conversation about internet predators. Prism asked Lava to comment on a video from EDP445 talking about Tyson. On June 13th, Verdius and Prism each released their own video about the Tyson messages, though neither included information from Lava's interview with them. Prism repeatedly misgendered Tyson and included multiple factual inaccuracies, including claiming that the moment he was able to drive, Lava drove himself to the Beast compound, and that the coming photo was sent personally to Lava on Snapchat when Lava claims it was a group message. When reached out for comment, Prism called Rolling Stone fake news and hung up. I really think we have to rehabilitate right-wingers like we do. Read my last chat. You're missing some information on the story. I just made the greatest homemade margarita pizza. It's a shame your bitch ass can't taste this. It's a shame that you won't be able to speak because you're now permanently banned. Dumbass. Anyway, both videos went relatively unnoticed until July 18th when YouTube commenter Adrox released a video aggregating the claims that became algorithmic catnip, currently sitting at over 1 million views. From there on, dozens of creators picked up the story, with the largest being Penguinzo, which is sitting at over 7 million views. Prism purposely left out context and did not ask me about specific situations, Lava said. There was nothing bad that happened at all. If I would have told him that, I would have basically invalidated his whole argument, which is why he never asked me these questions. On social media, Prism claims that Tyson talked inappropriately to a 13-year-old, gained viral traction. Anti-LGBTQ activists like Tristan Tate, his brother Andrew, libs of TikTok, have used this story as an excuse to push anti-trans rhetoric. The comment section under Lava's original tweet denouncing the claims is full of comments saying he was groomed and is a gay victim. I do think the alleged victim is protecting Ava a bit. There was clearly inappropriate communication between the two. There's receipts I saw on the H3 podcast. No, I agree. I think that the communication between the two was completely inappropriate. I 100% agree with that. In the podcast with Chud Logic, Prism says, I don't believe men can become women with modern technology, but that's not a point I'm going to make because it's separate from the allegations. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Verdia said he tried to keep his coverage unbiased, but posts on Tyson's private Twitter of her son in heels, and that the fact that she followed the Church of Satan may have made him a little bit biased. For those with experience with Tyson, these serious claims seem to be getting co-opted. All of this is just your typical alt-right influencer trying to push something against trans people because they think they have something, Yates says. And that's the end of the article. So ultimately, my original assessment, looking at like what I saw, looking at who was saying it, was correct, which is that I think that these back and forth interactions between a 20-year-old and a 13-year-old are still completely unacceptable. Having said that, however, this is not like the trans people are pedophiles narrative that the alt-right is desperately trying to fucking put forward. But they're trying to put that forward while clearly demonstrating that they do not give a fuck about the perceived alleged victim whatsoever, considering that the main quote unquote YouTube commentators that wanted to fucking uncover this secret story as they presented it had no interest in hearing out the person that was supposedly groomed at all.